Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane. Featuring today a 1 vs 1 on wrecked trains. Yes, indeed, it shall be wrecked trains, and it shall be a matchup some of you have been a bit waiting for. It is involving the Brits. LuechOP, aka Freestar, I believe, in fact. Fighting for the 7th Armoured Division, he shall be clashing with Magpiesflight. Yes, indeed, fighting for the Wehrmacht. Taking on the forces of the 1st SS, he shall be hunting down the Brits of the 7th, the Desert Rats, and kill those rats. Yes, that's about how much you get for those puns. We are going to, of course, see a pioneer heavy start. In fact, Magpiesflight is a bit known for going rather pioneer heavy in the beginning, even. So you should probably know a thing or two about actually using hordes of pioneers. And we'll probably be seeing sort of, transgression or moving into Krieg barracks, that sort of thing. I was trying to sort of use some slightly smarter language, but sadly I failed. Which, of course, I do apologise. But, of course, we are seeing the context in here. This is probably going to go the heading. And, of course, note the rather aggressive use of the pioneers. He's gathering up. What is this? Yes. Well, essentially, it's one nice squad. 6 pioneers combined of 3 smaller squads charging in. Trying, of course, to kill the Brits. Doing a bit of damage there, although the Brits are also killing a few. Truck moving in. And he's, of course, trying to take back the munitions. So this is slightly less grand. And instead, note how LuechOP quickly sort of, adapts to the situation, then packs up the truck a bit closer. I'm probably going to start out with some infantry there then. Yes, indeed. In fact, he seems to have been doing it while moving. Huh.
An ammo storage facility is being overrun.
I think there might be some sort of trick to it, but I'm not entirely sure what sort of trick. So, but there we go. We are seeing, of course, the pioneers. Oh dear, slight mistake right there. He moved in the one pioneer right behind enemy lines. And it's going to get that poor bastard shot. In the meanwhile, the reconnaissance fights its way against the larger forces of SS Pioneer. In the meanwhile, of course, they're also going for the fuel points, in particular the important fuel points. Although it looks like this small holding operation has been pulled off. Now with 2 infantry sections, the pioneers are not quite as strong. Instead, I'm moving out to secure the rest of the map. Nice move, nice little bold move there. In fact, of course, this also rather indicates the fact that he wanted to go for that munitions. He is going to go a bit infantry heavy perhaps, but again, he might be changing his strategy up a bit again. He's been denied the munitions a bit. We are seeing a Brenker on the way, and these pioneers might be in trouble. There we go, running away. On another point being secured, also a bit of movement there, and the Lieutenant Roberts could be in slight problem as 2 pioneers move in. MP40s blazing. Schmeissers going against the lieutenant. Another pioneer down on the railway tracks. Casualty, but not quite dead. And again, rather than severe map control already gained, and that's rather one of the things you actually want to do when you go heavy on the pioneers again. Gain as much of the map as possible, and then sort of delay perhaps with some pioneers. But again, you're not expecting any major fight. You just want some grenadiers quickly. Fraps acting a bit up. My apologies. No munitions upgrade there, but we are seeing the Brenker, of course, forcing some pioneers away. Then we are seeing a reconnaissance moving in to assist. Jolly good. Truck packing up again. Points being secured. The Brenker was a bit of a transport and reconnaissance vehicles. There was also a larger variant, I believe, called the Universal Carrier, which they used to sort of pull larger weapons around. It was a bit of an artillery tractor in that sense. It was sort of designed after World War I and sort of rather fitted in with that sort of World War II is going to be an advanced World War I sort of mentality. The French had a sort of similar vehicle, and again that was sort of meant to also get supplies forward to the trenches without exposing too much. Just little fun facts there. But yeah, they would fit Vickers as is being happened here, but they'd also actually fit anti-tank rifles. I even think they had a tiny anti-tank gun on it at one stage, and flamethrowers, which was called the Wasp. We are now, of course, seeing a rush into the base. He was perhaps, hoping to delay and harass the setting up of the Krieg barracks, but in this case, with all the pioneers, he was a bit too fast. And now we are seeing some slightly, heavy infantry, the Grenadiers, now joining in the good fight against the British. But continuing attempt at harassment from both sides, going for fuel points on both sides. And there we go, the Vickers is up, munitions being secured. Lots of trenches going down and a casualty killing station. That's good. Going to help pick up the wounded, but of course also provide healing for a bit of cost of munitions. And there we go, German infantry advancing up. Large pioneer force out in the open. And then we got Panzerschreck. Going to be a bit of a problem for that Bren carrier. And there's of course Hans completely misses. Pioneer suffering a bit there, more moving up. And sneaking out on the east as well. Although again the fuel point there is going to be without his reach. More Brits lining up. A third section ready. Casualty station up. Lots of trench again ready to use but not quite ready yet, so the enemy can't just pop in them. Rather vital distinction. And we are seeing veterancy up for the German infantry as well. The Kampfkraft is already up. And of course usually, I mean, that's sort of what follows. So this up, when you don't just get grenadiers, you also get lots of veterancy for them, so they quickly become tougher. Pioneers here under fire from the Bren carrier though. They might want to get out of there. They're not going to last much longer versus all of this machine gun fire. And again, Pioneers sneaking in. Again, going for the fuel points. There's rather, severe harassment of fuel points from both sides. They don't want the other guy to have it because either guy is going to either go for veterancy or armor. And in British case, armor just generally. So again, there is some rather, severe fuel harassment from both sides. Again, knowing what will happen if the other fellow, bastard, whatever, gets too much. We are seeing another Grenadier squad up. Some Pioneers here getting shot at. And again, back there harassing the fuel. Recon section moving in, and these Pioneers are not in a good condition. A few shots, and they shall be off to the great big Reichstag in the sky. Third Grenadier squad out, so already they're assembling quite a bit of tough infantry. Although a pack would also be a nice move, I think. Rather severe congestion right here, and of course, if someone wants to say get a field support truck, a Stuart, and then a cancer shot, this could easily do a lot of damage. But so far, LuechOP AK Freestyler has not been able to actually secure himself a Stuart light tank or even a field support truck. So that's slightly to Magpiesflight's advantage. Of course, the first SS Leibstandarte. But again, large force moving in here, and the Bren carrier could in fact now be running into trouble. 2 Panzerschrecks. This time actually hitting the target. And recon section force run right past it. But looks like, yes, the Bren carrier is the target. Recon section makes it out of there without any losses, in fact. The Hun continues to try and track down the Bren carrier. Looks like the Bren carrier will make it out of there. East, though, is quickly being resecured by the Hun. Oh, Pioneers getting gunned down, and the Pioneer squad just went down. Vengeance for the Bren carrier. Additional veterancy on the way, probably veterancy 2 for the infantry, although veterancy 2 for the Pioneers could also be an idea, since they also gain elite armor at that stage, and of course a few with flamethrowers could also be a bit of a problem. Lots of trenches. I mean, really, the British player is quite prepared for any sort of thing, and again, trenches will certainly provide some protection against rifle fire. And now we're seeing rifle grenades as well. A nice mix of weaponry. The Bren carrier and the rifle grenades are quite good anti-infantry weapons, although the rifle grenades are a bit inaccurate, but good against in case the enemy gets into trenches or buildings. And also quite nice against other things. Of course, the Bren carrier can also be used to stop vehicles, but there we go. German infantry assault moving in. Numerous grenadiers, Bren guns. Might be an idea to actually stop taking the point with the British and instead focus down. There we go, Lieutenant arriving. Grenade on the Bren gunners. Ooh, 1 killed, and there we go, retreat. Not quite. I think he should have, stopped trying to take the fuel point, just immediately focused on Jerry. Instead of what he was did was, sort of, okay, I can't take that point, come on. Don't, and then, basically also quit whining, Duffy, we're safe. Of course they weren't. Pulling back though now, Germans are moving in, the headquarters command truck is a bit exposed. There we go, healing up. Going to make things a lot harder for Jerry to actually do anything when he attacks. Troops are being forced, rifle grenades flying. Plus, of course, the Bren guns, though again, not a lot of cover. And there we go, pushing on against Jerry. Pioneers moving towards these, securing that, and we are in fact seeing a bit of veterancy up for them as well. Ground ceiling, so that's not bad. Bren care moving up. Repaired now, probably some self-repairs in that case. Clearing out the trenches so there's nowhere the Tommies can hide. Nicely done right there, although we do see 1 grenadier going down. A medic bunker would be a nice idea with all of these grenadiers and Pioneers, I think. Always helps to have something to help with casualties and again decrease attrition.
We're ready to roll out.
Another Grenadier squad ready. Pioneers moving about here, though they have to be careful. The Brits are going in hard. Another trench. Lots and lots of trenches. No captain as of yet. We are seeing a sapper squad soon on the way, or section. Recon or recce doing a bit here and work in the west. The British are in fact now currently doing quite nicely in retaking most of the map.
I say again, we are losing
And looks like Magpiesflight is a bit more towards, just hoarding up his grenadiers instead of, perhaps a bit more tactical application. Doesn't mean you can't use them, all together, but perhaps a bit more spread out, so you don't have to retreat them all at the same time as well. Oh well. Different players, different tactics. Just not the ones I would prefer using. Infantry section again. There we go, full retreat. The headquarters is once more under attack from the Hun. And Veterancy frees up, giving them quite a nice health bonus. Lots of pancakes, and there we go, the Bren carrier is down, and the crew was sent on one very expensive flight. Grenades could be locked into the trench, and let's in fact go have a look at Magpiesflight and the 1st SS. We are seeing Blitzkrieg chosen, not a bad idea. Usually also what they get, some Stu 42s in, although Stormtroopers could also be used. Grenades could be nice, although he doesn't have a lot of munitions. Sapper section with Piats coming under attack. A nice flank could happen right here. Or from here, there are buildings right there which could be used to fight down the Brits. 2 sapper sections. Interesting, and there we go. I think the Grenadier is going to move in with a grenade. And there we... Oh, not into the trench, but at the horde of Brits right there. Oh, nice grenade. Oh, Panzergrenadiers got another one. That's 5 Brits, I believe, dead right there. Although the medics, of course, quick to move in and pick up. Then here's other ones are holding up there. Lots of manpower. I think he, again, might be trying to go for the... Stu 42, although some Stormtroopers or a mortar, in fact, could have actually helped in this assault, I mean, let's just briefly pause. I mean, when you're attacking a British base, anything you can do to actually keep them there and keep them suppressed is actually helpful. I mean, usually this is rather what I do, not with grenadiers, but with a lot of infantry. Assault grenades, and then perhaps a mortar in, and then you bombard them, keep them dug in at the base, so you're constantly draining them, and while they might be reinforcing, they're again suffering heavily. In particular, since most British players, when they set up a forward barracks, well, they'll go for the resources, but not necessarily for the most defensible position. So, again, slight little thing there. And again, floating quite a bit of manpower again could be useful. And again, a mortar round here, no flanking here or there, could actually be helping the Germans quite a little bit, but now too late. Veterans of the Grenadiers, they're holding up quite nicely. Oh, 1 dead. Lots of sappers adding into the fire. But again, the Germans are doing their most to secure the map. And again, going for the fuel point. He's definitely quite keen on the fuel points as well. Pioneers here running into a bit of trouble. And the last Pioneer makes it out of there while his comrade is left behind. Potentially dead. If even there. But the Brits are on the move again. And the casualty clean station is almost full. Let's put out another section. He's actually taking a point, but he's already coming under attack. Go back, Magpies. Vorsicht. A grenade against the Brits, but in this case, LuechOP is much better.
They're losing territories.
And reacting there we go. Oh, Captain as well. So that could in fact mean we might be seeing a command truck anytime soon. Nope, not yet. In fact, we're seeing a commando squad popping in, and rather interestingly, he's actually popping it behind lines. He's not trying to use it directly against the enemy, he's just having it there. Quite interesting. Although again, fun fact, you can actually reinforce from a commando glider. So if he had placed it perhaps at the front line somewhere, he might use it. He could actually use it as a forward reinforcement post. Again, not really a lot you see of this, but I mean, figured some might be interested. Drive grenades. Ooh, nice hit on one Grenadier squad, taking it down to half health. Full retreat. Commandos laying down demo charges, an improvised mine. Very improvised, but also much more lethal. And there we go, Flammenwerfer on some of the Pioneers. And we are seeing armor veterancy again. He's really preparing for the Stu 42 and getting veterancy. So when it actually arrives, it would already have veterancy 1 and the damage reduction and veterancy 2 and the light MG on top and the health bonus. quite interesting to see, and not very often you actually see a player thinking that far ahead. Oh, we are seeing commandos sneaking in from the south, but there we go. The Sturmhaubitze has arrived. And again, machine gun on top. Stu 42, all that. And the bonuses that applies from the first 2 levels of veterancy. Also going to help, of course, against the Piets a bit. Full retreat from the German infantry, but the Stu 42 moves in. And there we go. Artillery flying. Has to be careful, though. There are still sappers with Piets, and there we go. He's, in fact, putting them into ambush mode. Nice, but sadly they miss. Good going, Roberts. And there we go, 1 dead. Overall, though, they are quick to put up, and quickly as well. LuechOP is actually, in fact, or freestyle, whatever, is setting up a 17-pounder gun to actually defend his base. Tractor protect against this 242, not a bad idea. Although, again, one should note the flank is rather exposed, and if it's say Magpies was to decide now to flank up here and hit it with Panzergrenadiers, yeah, that's going to be short-lived. Or you can even, you know, get the usual thing what a lot of players do, is, you know, just a Stormtrooper squad sneaking in and blow it up. Brits, though, getting blasted by the Sturmhaubitze. German Grenadiers moving up with Pioneer support. And there we go. 17-pounder gun firing away at the Stu. Pioneers, sappers, I mean, moving in. Though there are Pioneers moving in as well. Ooh, Stu 42 down to half health. Grenadiers arriving. Piet dropped. And Piet picked up. Demo charge going off, killing 3 Grenadiers outright. Nicely handled. The Germans, I think, are trying to maneuver in on the 17-pounder gun. While the Brits are, of course, trying to force them away. And there we go. They are, in fact, sending the Germans out into the open, denying them cover and making it easier to hit them. Jolly good job done. If only the Wehrmacht had a bit more support for its Grenadiers. And not just Grenadiers. And there we go. Full retreat. Heavy losses. And there's no medics to pick it up either. Which is a bit, you know, fortunate. A second Sturmhaubitze, though, arrives. He's really going heavily on the Sturmhaubitze. And sappers are getting blasted. 6 kills on the right Stu, left Stu, 1 kill. And continued advances towards this point. Again, lots of harassment, which is good, but this Stu 42 is definitely going to need some repairs very soon. And the Grenadiers also some reinforcement. There we go, armor command truck on the way. Good, good.
We're losing territory.
So a bit of quiet, in fact. British infantry moving in against the Pioneers. And the Stu 42 moves in. Oh, it moves into the house, and it... Oh dear, that was slightly unfortunate. In fact, it is out of range, just closely off the 17-pounder gun. Pioneer squad down. Nice hit from the Stu 42. Grenadiers are moving in. He is trying to sort of angle in on the 17-pounder gun. That's nice to see. Grenadiers arriving. Stu 42 more Grenadiers. He just needs to move up. That's Stu 42 there again. Come on. You can do it. Apparently it's not happening. Small Pioneer unit here finishing off against the reconnaissance. But no, Magpies did not quite fully push there. Lots of fire against the rear key section over here in the east. Burning those Tommies. Cooking them, in fact. And the Grenadiers get pushed back. Nicely done by the commanders right there. Stu 42's doing their best to blast the Brits into submission.
They're losing territory.
But again, they're not quite succeeding.
Defended the fatherland until death.
And I think he actually lost the Pioneer section against the reconnaissance section. Oh dear. And the Stu 42 goes out of control.
The enemy advances.
And now the other Stu 42 could risk getting knocked out. Lots of PFR. Oops, commandos get run off. And again, the Grenadiers are reinforcing. Staghound now arriving to aid a bit against the German infantry. Magpies definitely need something else than just Stus and Grenadiers. Staghound moving up. Sappers moving in.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
And another Pioneer in trouble. And That Stu 42 is definitely also in trouble. We are seeing the Grenadiers arriving to try and aid it.
We're losing a sector.
And of course now a pack would also be quite useful. Instead we are seeing another Stu 42, and there goes Staghound. Lots of Panzergrenadiers. Oh, one hits the Stu. Yeah. Less good. Looks like the Staghound will escape. And the Brits are definitely securing most of the map. Currently doing quite well for the 7th Armoured. And we are seeing another Staghound out. Certainly a Firefly could also be of help. In this situation, 242 moves in.
They're losing territory.
Ooh. Sappers have to be careful about repairing while under fire. And that Staghound is almost gone. German infantry moving up to support. Lieutenant makes it out there, and there we go. A nice clumping up. Oh, actually not a nice, considering there's a Stu 42 nearby. 3 dead. That Stu 42 just keeps on killing. And another shot. And there we go. Excellent. Oh, terrible damage. Heavy losses. Artillery is getting called in, I think, but definitely that took out a huge chunk of the British forces right there. I even think that he lost a section. Medics are moving in, and the Stu 42 decides to open up, getting one medic right away. And we are seeing the recon section there. Could be dealt with by the Grenadiers.
The enemy advances.
And there we go. Medics are gone. Blasted to bits. A bit overkill, I think, considering they were just medics. At the same time, I think he actually has numerous reconnaissance sections now. Interesting. And the Stu 42 is repaired again. 17-pounder gun, still, ready to guard against the Kraut Panzers. And the recon section seems to be doing quite fine, despite, being faced down by 2 Grenadier squads with Panzergrenadiers and all that entails. Artillery, in fact, getting called in, perhaps. At the same time, we are seeing Veterans 3 on the way for the assault guns, going to help protect against the Piats, not so much against the 17-pounder gun. A nice push up here. Oh dear, he's going straight for the base. Base assault moving in there. Freestyler charging in. In fact, let's go return to him. And he's actually still got the 25-pounder ready for anything happening there. Nice push. Commandos, Bren guns, officers. In fact, the captain's Veterans 2 as well. And the base MGs can't actually touch them. Oh dear, oh dear. Another Staghound moving in. Stu 42, one of them at least moving up to the north. Keeping the other one to protect there against the British decide to push in there, Grenadiers, if he can get off the Stu 42 against those, he could do nicely. But there we go, artillery getting called in. 3 dead. And the target is the Krieg Barracks. MG, oh, they are moving straight into it, and more artillery getting called in. Of course, he doesn't know where it hits. Heavy losses amongst the Grenadiers, although they are trying to reinforce. British infantry continues, and they, manage to stay right beyond the range of the MG, but the Stu 42 can still hit, but it doesn't quite. Staghound suffering from the Panzergrenadiers. Commandos run off, and this could look like to be a full retreat. Staghound still blasting away. Oh, the Stu 42 knocks out the Krieg Barracks. Oh dear. That was a bit unfortunate. Meanwhile, the Germans are continuing down south, although they are suffering a bit. These pioneers need to get out of there. Samba's getting blasted.
One of our victory points.
Staghound's making it out of there. If only Magpies had something heavier. And perhaps he should have evaded Veterans 3 instead. Perhaps, gotten a Sturm Armory. And perhaps got himself some Stugs, or, just a pack even. Though again, if he's intending just to get a Tiger, that's definitely going to benefit. But still, a Tiger is going to be some way off. And in the meanwhile, the 7th Armoured is going to continue growing in strength. And one infantry section has been put together. Firefly is also ready. Grenadiers caught out in the open, getting pushed back. Stu 42 trying to provide support. Second one moving up. Grenadiers getting hunted down like crap. Oh, not really doing much. Staghound's moving in. Artillery getting called in the Stu 42s. but just decoy. He really loves using his decoy aggressively. And sadly, you know, I can't just decide, oh, that's just a decoy. I mean, if he does that and he's wrong, he's going to lose a lot. So that's rather the cheeky thing about decoy smoke. Use it properly and you can actually do a lot to your opponent, even if it does, you know, directly does nothing. Firefly there, keeping away the Sturmhaubitze. Staghound down. More decoy smoke forcing away the Grenadiers. Allowing the Firefly probably also to move in closer. And veterancy free for the captain. That's actually pretty rare. Oh, Stu 42 keeps killing its own. This time a Grenadier. Now the Sabs are firing 8. Firefly also getting off a nice shot on the Stu 42. Though the Stu 42 gets off a nice shot in the turn on the British infantry. But fun fact, the Stu 42 was never actually built on a Stu 4 chassis. And this one actually is. That's technically not correct. Otherwise, of course, they'd have to design a Stu 3. Otherwise, I mean... And of course, have to sort of, you know... be a bit friendly. And there we go, though. The Tiger has arrived. From the 101st SS Schwere Panzerabteilung. Although, at one stage, actually, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd SS Panzer Divisions actually had their own company of Tigers, but they were removed and formed into the SS Tiger Battalions. Well, heavy tank battalions. Tiger moving in, Grenadiers suffering a bit. Oh, veterancy free for the Lieutenant. And that Staghound's definitely not going home. The Tiger secured the kill. Grenadiers need to get out of there. Pioneers moving up. Stu 42 of course need repairs. Tiger needs to be a bit cautious. And another Firefly arrives. That's good. So that should help a bit against the Hun Panzers. And going in for that victory point as well. Nice harassment. In fact, the Wehrmacht is rather, you know, lowering down on the victory points. But a rather serious combination of infantry and assault guns now with the heavy Tiger, but you know, no real support weapons. No artillery. And I really think artillery could have helped. I mean, again, a Sturm Armory, perhaps a Nebelwerfer could have been assistance in keeping the Brits' heads down. Or again, a mortar early on, or a pack, or a half-track. Lots of things. Might have been a bit too one-sided sort of approach. You could, of course, also consider getting some stormtroopers, you know, blowing this up, or just, you know, using the stormtroopers with the bundle grenades. Tiger suffering a bit there, though. British are holding on quite well. Nice force combination. Although they are, of course, also suffering losses. I believe they've already lost one reconnaissance section and a rifle grenadier section. So, I mean, they are getting hammered as well.
Reporting a sector is under attack.
Moving forwards again. Grenadiers moving up. And we are seeing an assault moving in. We are seeing decoy smoke, but he doesn't care. Stu 42 fire. Stunning the commandos, ensuring their assault goes wrong. Oh dear. Although it looks like one Grenadier section already taking heavy losses, forced away. Grenadiers moving up. More assault going in. The Brits are going to get pushed back. Tiger opening up on the Firefly, but the Tigers himself taking heavy damage. Officers getting stunned. And will the Grenadiers be able to get there? There we go. Shots connecting, but again the Tiger getting off a good shot there on the... Oh, it doesn't. Oh dear, it keeps hitting one of the railway cars. And it can't move in too much further because then the 17-pounder gun would go in as well. There we go. Get the Tiger out of there, Magpies. Come on. Vorsicht. Rückzug. He's getting, too aggressive. And the Stu 42s are not there. They should be the ones dealing with the infantry, not the Tiger. And there we go, the one Firefly down. Will the Tiger tank making out the Grenadiers retreating? They could perhaps, you know, actually stay the second more and perhaps knock out the Firefly. Ooh, Tiger going down, I fear. Move up the Grenadiers, provide protection. And again, the range of the Firefly is extreme. And there we go, Tiger tank is down. Brewed up. Like a cheap cup of tea. Brits though moving in. Stu 42s are doing the best. The Grenadiers need to get out. Oh, he lost the Grenadier squad. Magpiesflight and the 1st SS are taking heavy losses all of a sudden. Pioneers still managed to pick up the Panzergrenadiers, denying it to the Brits. But he needs to pull back, and he needs some armor. And perhaps a slightly better plan, I think. Although again, doing quite nice harassment, moving up here, sneaking up. And is in fact now holding most of the map, but not most of the victory points, which is definitely not to his advantage. Another Firefly on the way to replace the one lost to the Hun. And there we go. Another Firefly. Blitz are advancing. Grenadiers moving in from the north. Stu 42 might be going down. Might be seeing more assaults. They do quite nicely again against this rather sort of dense concentration of British infantry. Although I think an LMG could also work nicely at this stage. Second Stu 42 moving in. They did get the Firefly. There's another one on the way. And of course he's already lost another Stu 42. Pioneers coming under fire. And another Tiger rolls in. Trying to run around corners with the Firefly. The Stu 42 makes for a hasty escape. As the Tiger and Grenadiers move in. Although some of the Grenadiers are not even fully reinforced. A rather risky undertaking for Magpiesflight. He's definitely a bit desperate. Brits getting shot up there. Needs though to take out the Firefly. Oh, he's got plenty of munitions. In fact, he could blitzkrieg and just charge in there, I suppose. Though again, he might wait. No, never mind. He's blitzing in. Oh, demo charge. And there we go. But not doing a lot of damage to the Tiger. But there we go, charging in. Cutting off the retreat path, in fact, of the Firefly. Nicely done. Great use of blitzkrieg. And there we go. Got the Firefly. Germans are pulling back. And again, with blitzkrieg, German infantry sprints. They also shoot a bit faster, but not, I mean, wildly faster. Still somewhat. And hopefully also noticeably. And the Tiger, of course, though, gains the greatest benefit. Although I suppose a Panzer IV might gain an even greater benefit, since it will actually be able to crush things like Bocage just like a Tiger. Oh, nice hit, killing several Brits right there. Sabre's going down, Grenadiers holding out. Stu 42 getting repaired. He might need some additional Pioneers. More artillery, and certainly the Brits have been beaten a bit back into submission. Another sapper section. Brits advancing up the left-hand side, doing the best to retake. Brits down. Another Brits down to the mighty high explosive shelter of the Tiger. Doing what I can against the Tommies, and there we go. The Stu 42 moves in, 23 kills to it. Commandos are taking heavy losses, and the Brent section is exposed to the Stu, and the Commando section might actually make it out of there. Unless, of course, the Tiger gets off one good shot. No. By Jove, the Commandos made it. Infantry section right here, though, suffering under the Stu 42s, and another Firefly arrives. And again, going for that central victory point, there's quite a bit of fighting over it. Lots of British troops that are going down rather quickly, and I believe the 17-pounder gun joining it a bit as well. Tiger needs repairs. A repair bunker would be a nice thing now. To sort of, help, more automated, so you don't have to constantly manage the Pioneers. And again, a medic bunker would also be nice. Certainly the casualty claim station is definitely what's helping Freestyler, aka LuechOP, actually keep into the fight as long as he's been able to, rather than ensuring that the rate of attrition doesn't kill him off too quickly. Lots of manpower. He could, for example, go in for some stormtroopers. Again, he could also build something. Set up some production structures. In fact, he's also got manpower blitzer again, set something up. Call in some heavier armor, perhaps. Anything. Yes, do something. British trying to take that point, but they are getting grenaded. And quickly run off. And Tiger's going to repair. Perhaps some stormtroopers to sneak in with Panzer X. Clear out that big 17-pounder gun. Sappers getting blasted. Stu 42 working quite nice as localized artillery. And once more, the Brits man secure that central victory point. And more artillery. Bit more armor, though, I think could help the British. And then again, I also think a bit more armor than just Stu 42s and Tigers could help the Germans. Commandos certainly keep on killing. Another Stu 42 called in. Pioneers moving up there, again going for the other victory point, hoping to actually drain out the British, spread them out a bit. That's a good move. Trying to get the defender to cover as much terrain always pays off to you if you know what you're doing. And Grenadiers need to be careful, they could be going down. Tiger moves in. And then we go Grenadier squad down, less good. Officers in a bit of trouble. Tiger taking a direct hit, has to be careful. And there we go, quickly moving out again. Stu 42 is running, covering fire. Panzergrenadiers flying. Quite a bit of munitions being floated. Hell, I think you could even sneak in a Goliath and just blow it up from the flank. Sapper suffering. Hold up behind what remains of a defensive line behind some railway cars. German infantry pushing in with support from Tigers and Stu 42s. Firefly 17-pounder gun though keeping away the big bad Panzers. And we are seeing Stormtroopers now arriving and dual Panzerjets. I think it would be an idea to try and sneak them up here on the eastern flank again, or on the western flank. Again, it is very exposed, very likely defended. Whoops, my apologies. My deepest apologies, in fact, but I mean, again, pushing up here really could do a lot of damage to the British. Because, again, he's mostly prepared to defend here, but not here. I mean, it's quite surprising. And in fact, he's pulling up the Stormtroopers here as well. Yeah, that's less good. Pioneers need to get out of there. Tiger taking heavy fire, salvaging vehicles. There we go. Pioneer squad dead. Stu 42 does his best to keep away the nasty Britisher. Firefly suffering a bit. Ooh, nice hit from the Stu 42, clearing out several commandos in a Brent section. Well, most of it. Commanders moving in. They just need to get off their Panzerjets. Almost down to 3, but again, they are very tough with veterancy 3. They are some of the toughest infantry, only outdone by Natch Cross in this case. And we are seeing Blitzkrieg. He's just charging in, follow up with infantry. Wait, he has no infantry. This is less good. Another Firefly. Use the Stu 42s on the 17-pounder gun. No, he's moving in for the infantry. Oh, he should get that 17-pounder gun. It is a huge threat. Stormtroopers moving in. Again, Blitzkrieging, sprinting. And there we go, down. 17-pounder gun. Well, I mean, Stu 42 button down. Tiger could be going down. He's very concerned with the infantry. In fact, he's getting some. But again, he needs that 17-pounder gun out of operation. And it's not happening. British infantry, though, getting suppressed by the MGs. That's something. More losses. 7 kills. 45 kills. That's definitely an ace if it makes it out of there. Oh, gun operational once more on this Firefly. And this Stu does not make it. But again, I think he should have tried focusing down that 17-pounder and get a bit more, which would have allowed, more operational freedom for his armor further on in future operations. So that was slightly not quite functional.
Grenadiers, listen up.
Quite some heavy losses on both sides, though, but I do think the British player walked away from this one slightly better. Just saying, at least, because he didn't lose a Tiger tank and a Stu 42. More infantry moving up the eastern flank again. He's holding on somewhat better. Another blitz maneuver. I think he should perhaps not spend munitions that fast. Or is he just hoping to charge in? But again, he should not do it so early. He should wait till he's more prepared. But oh, I think he's going in for that 17-pounder gun. Finally! Why on earth is... Just fire, just fire! And this is actual artillery. Move in, move! No, he's not moving this time around. Oh, too late! Oh, Grenadier squad down! When he should have been, you know, moving, he finally doesn't. There's actually a cooldown on the decoy smoke, believe it or not. But there we go, 17-pounder gun is down, but now I think it might be too late. Again, he's just lost the Grenadier squad. Well, what's that? No, that was a Stormtrooper squad. And he might be losing a Tiger. Oh, Panzerjack on the commandos. Stunning the British horde, but again, there's not enough support for it. I think that was a much too hasty attack right there by Magpies, not properly executed, and instead he's just lost quite severely. And this could in fact have completely lost him any chance of actually regaining this match. Which is definitely tragic, but what can happen if you get a bit too reckless, which again I think was rather the case with Magpies, sadly. So not a lot of infantry left, in fact down to 2 Grenadier squads out of 4. And also lost a Stormtrooper squad, so that's again quite some infantry losses. And again, casualty station actually helping Freestyle actually make up some of all of this. So definitely not looking in the favour of the Germans at the moment. Though we do see continued harassment, which I suppose is nice, but no, the Brits are definitely working on retaking as much as possible, and again make it even tougher for the Germans to move forwards again. Another Tiger arrives, another Stu. I believe that's another manpower blitz then. Will there be Stormtroopers? Let's just quickly look. Nope. That was pretty much everything he had. And there we go, and 2 Stews again, not entirely sure that's what he wants. I think he needs more infantry. Tiger advancing up as well. One last push. I suspect hell-bent on victory. The Grenadiers are advancing too far without armoured support. Definitely not what you want. Not when things are this close. Officers just simply getting blasted, but they simply just walk through all of this fire. And a Pioneer squad being sent off. And immediately trying to perhaps, regain some of what is lost. Actual artillery getting called in on the tanks, on the panzers, on the assault guns. Fireflies moving in. Heavy damage to the... well, not heavy damage, light damage. Again, veterancy 3 for a Tiger actually does a lot. I mean, it gains a health bonus at 1 veterancy level. It gains, damage reduction, but it also gains a penetration reduction, so it actually becomes harder for enemy weapons to actually penetrate it, although again, a Firefly can pretty much deal with anything.
Under fire!
British infantry moving in, Grenadiers are a bit separated. Pioneers getting absolutely blasted by everything the British can lob at them. This has definitely not gone good for Magpies. His panzers are blown up, lying strewn across the battlefield. His Grenadiers are dead. His Stormtroopers dead. And he's definitely got to have some explaining to do afterwards. Whereas the British are definitely doing well, raising the Union Jack wherever they can. So there we go, point secured. Magpie's getting ready for another push. And let's just speed things up a wee bit.
Force their hand. They're down to 50 points.
And there we go, Grenadiers, Pioneers moving out on the flanks. One last assault. Stu's taking most of the firing. Button down, getting covered in Piet. Rounds and commandos, artillery. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, well, that was actually decoy smoke. But one's 242 already down. The second one's going to down quickly as well. Panzergrenadiers doing what they can. Grenades, not doing much. Grenadiers are getting absolutely murdered. Firefly down. And heavy damage to the Tiger. Simply too much hits on the rear armor. Destroyed engine, destroyed gun, and a Panzergrenadier from the commandos finish it off. GG, well played. GG, game over. The first SS has been beaten back with severe losses to the armor and the infantry, scoring a victory for the 7th Armor in the face of the Hun. And rather, I mean, I would have preferred, to see perhaps, a bit more varied approach from, Magpiesflight. I mean, he did alright, but, a mortar perhaps could have helped. Pat could have helped. Stug, something else a bit extra, I think, besides just the Grenadiers, might have pushed it home. Otherwise, I think the problem was essentially he just came a bit, too fascinated with, trying to just hammer down the front door approach. I mean, have he just tried to sneak up some forces here earlier to clear out the 17-pounder gun or something like that, he might have done better, and particularly by the end, he sort of got more desperate. The attacks sort of weren't fully cohesive. Units would either go front and rest, or, blitzkrieg ability used too early on. And again, that didn't quite help, so there were some mistakes that rather in the end rather cost him the game. Whereas Freestyle was definitely doing his best to basically just hold on against the Hun. He secured Panzergrenadiers, he kept fighting, and again the castle clearing stations, several put together, numerous infantry sections, which definitely kept him in the fight. So, jolly good fighting, well done by the British. There you go, do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.